Well, Michael, a couple of weeks ago you hit the 500 mark milestone, your 500th professional appearance in football. Can you believe it's been that long, that many games since you started out?
Aye, it's quite incredible to be fair. Obviously, first started my first professional games were on loan at Ross County from Celtic. So to get to 500, it's that nice personal milestone into it in football.
Yeah, and at a club that's very special to you as well, the number of games, the number of goals you've scored, record holder in both categories, it must have meant a lot, even on a tough day for the team, to hit that benchmark.
Aye, definitely. It's obviously nice having the record and stuff. I think it's the type of records that you look back on once you finish. I think they'll be nicer when you finish playing, because as it is just now, like you say, the game against Motherwell didn't go great, so you're always focused on that next training session, that next game. So I think it'll be more rewarding, if you like, when I finish and I could look back.
What would a 34 going on 35-year-old Michael Gardyne say to a teenage Michael Gardyne coming through the ranks at Celtic? What would you say to that perhaps slightly unruly teenager that you were back in the day?
Aye, you would probably tell him to not be as much as an idiot and probably listen to the unreal coaches a bit more that were there at that time at Celtic. Aye, obviously my time at Celtic was good, it was brilliant, you know, I learned a lot, I trained well, I done well. Aye, obviously, like you always say, try and not have regrets in football, but I wish my behaviour was maybe different at times. Obviously Gordon Strachan brought me into the first team, and you know, I was training, I played pre-season games and stuff, and just try to make lads laugh and stuff, just stupid stuff you do when you're younger, slide tackling balls and stuff, like when Gordon Strachan set them all out nicely with his OCD and stuff. It's just silly stuff, but to be fair, like just reflecting on that, 500 professional career games, you know, I've won trophies, I've won leagues. Yeah. It's still been a nice career. Obviously it would have been nice to maybe play a couple of years in Celtic's first team, but it wasn't to be. And Ross County gave me a chance, and you know, I've done what I've done, and I'm sitting here now.
Absolutely. Talk to us a bit about some of the managers, the gaffers that you've worked under. Start off with Gordon Strachan. What was he like? You said he was a bit neurotic, perhaps a bit OCD with how he laid everything out. Big characters, big dressing downs, big hairdryer treatments. What were the many managers that you've worked under? What sticks out?
Strachan was really good. His coaching was incredible. I was obviously an attacking player, and when I played pre-season against Leeds, I played in a deeper centre midfield role, but he just done a week's coaching with me, and I was fine for it. He was brilliant, you know, he was that funny, witty character, but on the training pitch it was serious. He was coaching was really good, but he was still that funny guy. I remember asking him one day, Gaffer, could I get a quick word with you? And he just said acceleration and walked away from me. And it took me 5 minutes to understand what he meant. So that's kind of a wee bit about him. But no, he was good. And obviously they had a great squad at that time as well.
Absolutely. Talk to us a bit about your time at County then, your many stints at Ross County. What was it like when you first arrived? Was all of this here? Was the setup a bit more modest than what it is now? And how much has the club grown and changed in your time here?
Aye, it was still a great club back then. I didn't know any different. You know, I was at Celtic where everything gets done for you. Mm-hmm. Like, it's incredible. And I came to Ross County, but I got looked after straight away. I got put into digs with a lovely family who still work within the club now. Obviously the dressing rooms and stuff changed. It was just a wee silver peg at that time to hang your gear up, and but everything has obviously developed the way the club has. I think we were in the old League One at that time, the Championship, when I first came, and then they went down to League Two, one promotion, and then obviously SPL now. So obviously the stadium stuff as well. It used to be the old standing area behind the two goals, but you know, everything's just came on leaps and bounds.
Yeah, there are some players and clubs that just seem ready-made for each other. Why are Ross County and Michael Gardyne such a prolifically good match?
I'm not too sure. I just obviously seem to play my best football here. I never really thought about that, to be fair, until it was Peter Houston who signed me for Dundee United, and I done all right under him until Jackie McNamara came in. And then when I came back to Ross County, we played Falkirk in a cup game, and Peter Houston says to me after it, he says, "You're just that player that's that fit with that club." He's like, "I've seen it happen a few times, and you know, I can't really put your finger on it. It's just that kind of one. You know, I like living in the area in Inverness, and it's just always kind of been Michael Gardyne, Ross County.
Yeah.
Love Hearts and all that.
Absolutely. The favourite memories, I guess the the League Cup, the goal, the joy of that day must be a big one, winning promotions and things like that. What sticks out to you as your most favourite and most treasured memories from playing here?
Aye, there's obviously a few. There's obviously League Cup final, you know, scoring. It was my daughter's birthday that day. I think she was maybe 2. It was just everything just clicked into place. Scoring the goal, setting up the winner, winning leagues. But the one that'll maybe surprise people, the one that gives me the most joy almost was my first season on loan here. We got relegated and I went back to Celtic. So everybody's thinking, no, he doesn't care, he's way back to Celtic anyway. But I came back in the League 2 season, halfway during the season, and we went on to win the league to get back into the Championship, the old League 1. That was the most happy I was, seeing everybody around, because all the lads that got relegated that season stayed, like Sean Higgins, Alex Keddy, Andrew Dowie, they all stayed and won the league. And I remember just sitting in the dressing room and won the league that season and just looking around and seeing the lads, how happy they were. Going from there to actual crying when they got relegated the season before, and a young boy just on loan. I never really understood what it meant. They were playing for their livelihoods, their families, and it's not until you see it, the other side of it, how important that was to them.
That opened your eyes a wee bit to the reality of playing football at that level, where you come from Celtic, as you say, everything's done for you, Champions League football, the Barças and AC Milans are rocking up every year. To playing at a club like this when it was getting relegated into the 4th tier of Scottish football, did it shock you? Did it stun you? Did it make you grow up a wee bit coming here?
Aye, it did. It was incredible to see. There was obviously grown men like crying on the day we got relegated. I was gutted we got relegated, but you know, you just think it's going to be all right. And then, you know, I think people maybe lost their jobs and stuff, and you know, I obviously went back to Celtic, and you know, no one loses their jobs there. So it was that kind of realism, and it did hit me. That's why when I came back halfway through the next season, and to see the joy on the lads' faces when they won the league, that'll always be one that's like kind of pulls the heartstrings.
This season's been a bit up and down. There have been some really positive results, some frustrating results, some performances that maybe haven't yielded the results they deserved. Where do you think you are in terms of your goals for the season at this point in time?
You know, I think we're doing all right. Obviously, we're mid-table. We'll always have that burning desire to do better. You know, we know within in the squad, in the dressing room, management and players that, you know, some performances, some results could have been better. I think it's just getting that bit of consistency. You know, we'll be really good one game, and then the next game we're not quite there, or it's good for one half and no good the second half. I think consistency is the key word. And the good thing about it is we'll come back in on a Monday and we'll work hard Monday to Friday on getting that right for the next game on the Saturday.
At 34, I think you're 35 in January, you were saying you're still a massively important player, a key player, a leader here at the club. Do you feel now that, look, I should be getting ready to hand the baton over in the next couple of years to the next Michael Gardyne, the next creative talent to come through? And do you see evidence of that pathway within the club of players progressing into the first team or being brought in from further afield and taking on that mantle and challenging you and pushing you in these later years of your career?
Aye, definitely. You know, we've got, obviously this season, we've got 3, 4, 5 young boys that have came in and are training every day, and even from the first week or two in pre-season, they've came on leaps and bounds. I don't really want to mention anybody because they've all done well, but there's obviously a young boy, Adam McKinnon, who's, you know, he's one of the best I've seen. And that's even going back to my young days at Celtic. You know, left foot, right foot, his awareness and stuff. But it is that. But you know, hopefully Michael Gardyne has got a couple of years left here, and I'm not quite ready to pass on the baton, as you call it. But you know, it's nice to be one of the older players now and try to help younger lads and not even the young lads, the mid-20 lads as well. Even like seeing Vigers, he still needs my help, even though he's in his 30s and stuff. You know, it is.
What does he need your help with?
Just everything, aye.
How to put his shoes on, ties, laces?
Aye, just stuff like that, aye. But no, it's nice to be one of the more experienced lads, and you know, obviously I've played 500 games now, I've got a lot of experience, so to pass on that experience to players that are in our squad, young lads and lads that are mid-20s, whatever it is, you know, it's nice.
Yeah, life changes, football changes very quickly. Do you see yourself finishing up your playing career whenever the time comes at Ross County?
Aye, I think so, aye. You know, 34, obviously going on 35. Feeling good, I'm feeling fit. Probably the last year or two has been the fittest I've felt. You know, my body feels good. I've easily got another couple of years in us, so hopefully I get offered a 5-year deal soon.
Good stuff. Well, 500 appearances, Michael. Terrific achievement, and here's to 500 more.
Brilliant,
Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.